What's up, Duderinos? Welcome to the Game Addicts podcast, the show where we talk about modern and retro video games. I am this podcast player one, Brando, and joining me here today, the triumphant return of this podcast player two, Mike.
Hello.
How's it going, sir?
It is going fantastic.
This is episode 84 score.
Yes.
And 7 episodes ago.
I got to turn.
I'm not sure if that will. Yeah, our setup's a little weird today, yes. But no, this episode is coming at you sort of live from your game room.
Yeah.
And this is episode 80, a good, nice, round number. We have been planning for your return for quite some time.
Yes.
Since you took your hiatus probably about 2 months ago. I even staggered our releases a little bit because I wanted to make less episodes without you.
Right. And I appreciate that.
Well, you know, this show is not this show without the two of us. As much as I want to, you know, as much as I have enjoyed doing shows with other people and doing stuff, the core of the show is you and I. We conceptualize the show. We have formed the show. We have, over the course of 80 episodes, we have found how to talk to each other. We found out how we are going to try and just do the show and make something that is, you know, unique to our own. And we have a lot to talk about because you and me haven't done a sort of sit-down show in quite some time. We've talked a lot, but we never recorded it because we're kind of at work. We can't do that.
Yeah, and I just am now on a stable shift again.
Exactly. Welcome back from your other project. It is.
Yes.
It's good to sort of we're still sort of like in the feeling out thing because we're only a few days into it now. But, you know, it's good to be kind of like back to the good old days, if you will.
Back in the saddle again. Can I sing that?
Yeah, you might be able to.
I might be able to.
Before
Because I was so horrible, they probably wouldn't recognize the song anyway.
Probably not. We're not going to get flagged. But, you know, before we start, of course, we're going to be talking about E3. That's coming up next week.
Yeah.
And we have a lot to kind of break down and talk about, and some of our things that we're looking forward to, things that we think are going to happen, things we already know that are going to happen that have already been released, and things that have been leaked that we're going to do like a thing with these leaks where we're going to look at them, and we're going to try and weigh on whether or not certain things will or not happen.
Right.
But before we do any of that, I got some things that I want to get out of the way. First and foremost, I want to thank the Journey into Comics Network and Nate for giving me the opportunity to even get started in podcasting, because without that, almost 4 years ago to the day, it's getting pretty close, that, you know, I first dipped my toe into podcasting and am now able to do this show. Without all that, this show would not be possible. And it's a show that I've wanted to do for a long time, even before that. So a big thank you to you guys. I love you guys, and I wish you guys nothing but the best onward and upward, and I'll look forward to seeing you down the line. Number 2, big thanks to Colby Terry, a.k.a. Colbydude, for supplying us with the new intro for the show.
Yes, thank you.
The Storm Eagle from Mega Man X. Of course, I first heard it last year. He was on a Journey into Comics show, Metalcast, and got to meet him and thought he was great. And I was thinking of something, man. I'm like, man, you know, you're coming back. It's episode 80. Looking at something to try and, like, you know, I love our intro. I love certain things that, you know, it's been long and continuous, but I'm like, it's a perfect time. It's a perfect time for a change up, to kind of change the mood, to change, you know, give the show a facelift, give it a little uplifting energy coming right out of the gate. And I want to thank Colby for just being an awesome dude. You can go check him out wherever his, you know, stuff is available. Links are down below in the description. Of course, you can go to Amazon like I did when I asked him if we could use the song, I could have said, hey, could you send me the file? I bought it. I went and I bought it. And on Amazon, where you can find his stuff. It's also on iTunes, where you can find this podcast too. You can go check him out on iTunes. He's also on Spotify, and I'm sure he's on some other places as well. On YouTube, all that stuff is going to be linked below. I'm going to link him and try and spread his work, because he's an awesome musician and an awesome dude. So thank him for that. Number 3, I want to send a big thanks to Tyler McLaughlin, from Podcastrovere, for filling in for those few episodes that he did. For when Mike was on his hiatus. Without you, I would have been scrambling to try and figure out what the heck I was going to talk about, because I've never done a solo episode of this show other than when we've done like some compilation stuff.
I
haven't sat down and did a full episode by myself. That is, I haven't gone that far yet to have to do that. But big thank you to Tyler for stepping up this few episodes that he did. I can't wait to have you back on someday, and we can finally do that Metal Gear episode. I'm really looking forward to that. Of course,
surprised you guys didn't.
Well, I think we were going to, and then schedule had a lot to do with it, trying to figure out when we were going to do it. The last one that he was on. But then we just ended up doing so much that night that I'm like, then there was news. And I'm like, man, I just want to do a regular episode, because I want to talk about stuff. Like the retrospective stuff that we do is typically kind of reserved for when there's not a lot of news. There's not a lot to discuss or talk about.
Right.
It's like we can focus on one topic here, and maybe we'll go back to that. There's always stuff we could talk about. But
oh yeah.
So that was number 4. I want to thank you, Mike. I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for coming back here. I want you. I'm so glad to have you back, and I'm so glad to have you back and reinvigorated and key and involved, as far as like you've always been. But as far as like, there's a renewed energy as far as like where we're going.
Yes.
And what our plans are, and you're going to find out about that in just here in a minute once I get done with all the thank yous.
Oh, okay.
Because there's somebody else I want to thank. I want to thank Podbean, our gracious hosts at Podbean, because they've been so awesome to us, and I want to and as like a part of that, I want to thank each and every one of you for checking us out, including almost 800 followers of you. Woo! Holy crap! That number just keeps going up by the day, and I want to thank each and every person who's ever downloaded this episode, including that one guy in Sudan who downloaded that one episode like 500 times. Thank you so much.
Right? Thank you.
You've really made me feel special. You guys make this show. Without you guys, there is no show. It would just be us spouting out into the nothingness and void of the internet. So with that being said, thank you. And also, you've heard us spouting off, opening our mouths, and say that we are going to start streaming. Well, my friend, it's coming.
It has started.
It kind of has.
We have started a little bit.
This show will be streamed, but before that, I now have the capability. Of course, they're baked into these consoles, so I'm dipping my toe in there, and I'm gonna start gaming twice a week, and then once we get, because I only need to get like one thing, and then we're good to go. It's a little expensive, but I'm getting it, and that's the computer.
Oh, the computer. See, we have yet to pick up the Surface. So
well, I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, I'm hoping that by the middle or end of July, hopefully, I might be able to have it covered. Because you know me, once I get focused on something, it's getting done.
Mine has been all of our major setbacks.
Yes.
Every time we put back a bunch of money, I'm like, it's coming close. It's coming close. Something bad happens.
If you guys didn't have bad luck, you guys have none at all. I mean, it's crazy.
I'd rather have none at all than bad luck.
No, it's going to happen. Just look at my game room. Look at how many games I bought over the course of 4 years. Look at how many records I bought in the course of just a few months.
Right.
When I want something, it gets done.
Yep.
I get focused. I get laser focused, and it happens. So I'm hoping, that is my hope, is that we will be ready to stream this show by the end of July. And how we're going to be doing that is not set into concrete, but I'm going to stream games on Monday. We're going to stream the show on Wednesday, the audio podcast, and subsequent release of the podcast will still go up on Thursday like it's always done. But if you want in as we do it on Wednesday evening, once we get off work, sometime between 3 and 6.
Yeah.
It's hard to say exactly when. So, obviously go follow the Twitch. Go follow us on Twitter because we're going to make posts. We're going live in 10 minutes. That's so just if you guys want to watch live, that's when it's going to happen. It's going to happen within that time of window. Just kind of like be chilling out, hanging out with whatever you're doing, and then okay, Game Addicts is starting soon. Awesome. But of course, you can always just check out the podcast like you've always done, or at that point we're going to be streaming the video. It's going to hit straight over to YouTube, and it's going to go up the next morning. But then Friday, I'm going to game again. So it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday are going to be the game days. Or, game, podcast, game, and then maybe over the weekend, if possible, I might do some more. I have ideas, and I want to expand our retrospective episode series into gameplay, where I review the game as I'm playing it. And it's probably going to work better for me in a retrospective series if it's something, obviously, that I'm a huge fan of or I've played a million times. So that way, it's like, when you start off streaming, and, I already know this. When you start off streaming, no one's watching.
No, and I'm kind of a quiet guy,
right?
Unless I'm playing like a first-person shooter, and then I'm a
profanity-laden guy.
Yeah.
Well, So like me sitting there and just being able to talk to nobody is going to be important to get started. But this is the next step of this show. This is the next step to grow it, and to do it live. That's something that we've been wanting for a long time. That's something that we've been talking about for a long time.
We just keep getting set back.
God damn it, it's happening, and it's gonna happen like within the next month or two, or I'm gonna eat my hat.
That's one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing Saturdays.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna do all of them with you.
You can do a couple.
I'm doing this one.
If you did 3, you would have enough.
Well, I'm doing one to see how it goes. All right.
Like I said, you don't have to say the whole time.
No, I don't have to say. But I'm doing one. All right. So yes, this show is going live on Twitch sooner rather than later. I will be live on Twitch probably within the next couple days, if not like in a week. It all depends on when I can order. I need to order like a 200-foot Ethernet cable, so I can be hardlined into the router. That way, I can have a constant good upload connection. Because to the PS4, it actually, both times, not both times, like all the times I did it, it looks fine.
Right.
But the Xbox One needs some help. It's like, it's not good.
And now that I've got the PS4 worked out, other than having a camera, because obviously you have
I'm
camera
using the
for
camera,
now.
yeah.
I will probably be streaming some Fallout, because I have been replaying Fallout to do all the DLC.
Yeah.
And I put it on very hard.
Oh, yeah.
After I maxed science, after I maxed science and gun nut, so that I can actually kill stuff. Because if it's on very hard and you're using the base weapons, you're going to die.
Yes, exactly. So we got E3.
E3.
Next week. This is like our Super Bowl, our World Series, our Stanley Cup.
Yes, I have one thing to put in. NVIDIA, Team Green, thanks for being an asshole, Jensen.
You've been waiting.
I've been waiting, and then he announced yesterday before. So what happened was that he announced to everybody, like he sat down and he said, "Hey, I hope you guys aren't looking forward to the next GPU because it's going to be a while." And I was like, oh. So I went to sleep. I woke up. Today at lunch, I see, oh, yeah, it's coming out July 30th. Smooth. Very smooth. But, yes, 1180s coming out. I'm really excited. As nobody can see me but you.
Yeah, we're not doing video right now. When we start the streaming again, that's when the video is going back up again, and we're going to have our own little, setup. And hopefully, once you get your stuff and I get my stuff, we'll just kind of be able to very quickly get in here and bloop, bloop, bloop.
Right. Well, that being said, once everything's up, there won't be anything that you need.
I'm getting a 9-foot USB extender.
I have one. Don't buy one.
You have 3.0?
Yeah, it's in that box right next to you.
A 9-foot extender? Okay, cool.
I don't think it's 9. It might be 6 or 9, something like that.
We'll need to measure because obviously I'm getting a new webcam, and we're going to be able to screw that into the tripod like we did the camera.
Yeah.
And it's a really nice webcam. Really nice webcam. The one I'm looking at.
Right.
And that's just, we're going to plug that. I'm going to have the computer or anything by us. That way we can control the settings while we're streaming and all that stuff. And then we can maybe see the chat, maybe not. All depends. Because, I mean, if it's just going to be us, we could probably see the chat on there. But
well, we could always have the Surface up, one doing that, and then the Surface doing all of our other stuff.
Exactly. So then, that's going to be set up. That way we can put our overlays or,
Right.
this is that. I didn't show you the intermission one. Remind me later on.
Right.
I have an intermission or a I am on break thing.
Okay, so do you have one made for me? Mike's going to the bathroom.
No, because
you need one. You need one so you can just deek. We're taking a moment here where it cuts like my half of the screen off, so you still have your side, and then my half goes black.
Are we going to have to swap sides? That way you don't have to walk in front of the camera. You can just slip out the other side.
I mean, we.
Why haven't we been doing that from the get-go?
I don't know. I mean, since me and Joanna, mainly Joanna, completely redid the loft, we have a lot more room in here, a lot more empty space.
Yeah.
So we can set it up however we want.
You know what will be really cool? Like once we start streaming, because once we start going and once we start sharing and once we because the idea is that we're doing the show, but just doing the show once a week isn't going to grow. So that's why it's like, okay, we're going to do games too, and we're going to get people to come in. Oh, these guys do a show too,
right?
How cool would it be to get a PO box and then get people to send us in fan art of video games and stuff?
That'd be freaking amazing. I can tell you right now, looking around here, a lot of the stuff I have up is fan made art, like Cameron's. Cotterman's mix between Demon Gandalf and Human Gandalf. And
Gandalf?
What? I give up.
Whoa, because I know what you were going for. I'm looking right at him.
I am too.
Ganondorf.
I don't know why I say Ganondorf. Yeah.
All right.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at it, and I'm saying Ganondorf. I don't know why. But anyways.
Like awesome. Okay, so we usually have it like set up back here on the wall,
right? With
your posters, yes. How cool would it be like if we ended up getting enough stuff that we can just start like putting stuff up on the wall behind us?
See, that's what I wanted to do. Like when we build the house, is to have a thing in the back where literally
it's our corner.
It's our corner, and it would just be completely full of stuff that I've purchased from artists or artists have sent us.
But then, but if people want to send us stuff, like how cool would that be?
Yeah,
they have like just artists. Like imagine if they did like fan customized stuff of us.
I can tell you right now, if we have any acrylic paint artists, I'm looking for one. It is a very top secret special assignment.
Well, please email at gameaddictspodcast@gmail.com if you are an acrylics paint artist.
Anyways, we
are going to be looking at E3 next week.
I got to scoot over here so I can see it.
I mean, if you want to. It's not much. It's pretty small. It's just for me to sit here. But we have the schedule for the rundown of the showcases because we're going to be doing the show on Wednesday. So obviously E3 is still going to be technically going on. There are going to be more announcements after we do our show. But we're really going to be looking at the showcases and all that kind of stuff. EA is up first on Saturday next week.
Which I'm not too concerned about other than one thing.
Yeah, that's the same here. I'm actually going to look up the
Anthem,
the E3 or 3E as I typed
3E.
I'm looking at the schedule. That way we can kind of like try to remember.
I'm looking it up myself on my cellular.
I'm looking it up. It's over at GameSpot. Please don't play auto.
Oh, you better turn it off.
No, you're not. No, you're not playing. I absolutely hate websites, guys, that autoplay videos because they all do it now. They all do it.
Why?
Okay, you know what? We don't need sound on anyway, so I'm just going to mute the whole computer in case it does. So, yeah, EA is up first at 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Pacific for their EA Play thing. What's up?
Read the top one.
New PS4 games before
Sony just 3 hours ago.
They're announcing them, but they haven't announced them.
Before E3, yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to Anthem for EA. course, they're probably going to be talking about their sports.
Sports.
Hey, dude, talk in your microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we are really relaxed today. It's
We are.
partially because my back kind of went out today. We're not at our table. But, yeah, you definitely need to have proper podcasting etiquette.
I don't ever.
No. So, yeah, Anthem is the only thing I'm looking forward to. And of course, we heard there are rumors out that it's going to be a good single-player experience, kind of like Dragon Age-ish, they said. Of course, we don't know what that means in regards to Anthem. Hopefully, we get to see it in action, and you will get to see them playing single player, then having friends drop in and having friends drop out.
Right.
I hope you can do both without ever having to leave the game. Yeah, that is my hope.
I think it'll set up just like, let's say a Don't Starve server where I would be the host as long as I'm on. If you drop, I continue to keep going, but if I drop, everybody drops.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way to do it.
I mean, that's about how it usually goes.
Sunday starts off with Microsoft. They will be going at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. I want to say that was kind of the same last year that they did that. It was either Microsoft was there or Ubisoft was there. I can't remember.
You're only talking about Anthem. Are you talking?
I'm talking about Microsoft. I switched gears.
Okay.
Because I have nothing else that I'm looking forward to from EA personally.
I mean, they're maybe a Dragon Age. That might be there.
Maybe.
Fingers crossed.
Maybe we get a little teaser of it.
Maybe.
I'm not holding my breath, but like they're going to be talking about sports. You're going to be talking about. I mean, there may probably another Need for Speed.
The only thing I'm really looking forward to as I look at their possible announcements is the Forza. I'm waiting for them to place this new one on PC.
So, Microsoft, the rumors are running rampant. Possibly Halo 6. Possibly,
yeah, I bet there will be.
Possibly a Gears 5 first look. Then the one that I'm actually interested in is being developed by the guys that make Forza Horizon. Because they are now making Fable 4.
Yes. That
has me intrigued because obviously they're a good developer. They make an awesome racing game. But this is kind of like, to use the analogy, just like Guerrilla Games, how they did Killzone. They did like 4 Killzone games. And, they made a good shooter. And then they're like, well, we've done Killzone for like 10 years. Let's go do something else.
Right.
And then they release Horizon, and it's like completely different and it kills. I'm hoping to the gaming gods that Fable 4 is that for Microsoft. Because
they need it.
They absolutely need it. Microsoft needs exclusive content because they don't have it. They just don't. They have the Forza series. It's always been good.
Yeah.
It's been, Horizon has been an awesome kind of arcadey Forza Horizon doing good for itself and being a good alternative if you wanted a more arcadey type racer. That's awesome, and they look amazing, and they play amazing. But I mean, Halo is your bread and butter, and it just didn't deliver. They had a few other experiments that just aren't system sellers, and Fable. That first Fable game was amazing. I personally didn't care very much for 2 or 3, but it seems like neither did they because they didn't really do much with it after. Like, let's get back. Let's strip back Fable. And whether it's Fable 4 or whether you do a remake or whether you're doing a reboot, get back to that original idea. And what if we made that idea with today's resources and today's type of game development?
If they did it, if they took, let's say they just do Fable and go, okay, here's Breath of the Wild style.
Yes.
Here's Fable, go.
We were on the exact same wavelength because then you could actually have the big open world Zelda style in a sense.
Right.
Because really, Breath of the Wild took what was great about other open world games like Elder Scrolls and made it like, what if we made that, but as a Zelda?
What I like about Zelda is, and most Zelda games are pretty linear. I mean, they've always been linear. That's the way it is. But I like in this one where it's like, okay, you want to play the game and learn the story? Go for it. If you just want to mess around, go for it.
Right.
If you want to beat the game in 30 minutes, go for it. There's so many possibilities.
Well, with Fable, it's always been about character development and
Yes.
story. So obviously, it's going to be more focused on that. But then have that Breath of the Wild openness, because obviously, if they're going to make the game, it's going to be open world.
Right. I would like to see them do the Breath of the Wild, but do the amount of quests that Skyrim has, so that the person is one of the things. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Breath of the Wild. It is it is my favorite experience with Zelda, not for the story, but just the fact that you're there. Mm-hmm. Like, you get to see it, you play it. It's more,
you're really involved in the world.
Yes,
and it's very encompassing.
I would like to see that with Fable.
Immersing, I think, is the word that I was looking for.
That's what I mean. That's why Skyrim, Fallout, like those games are so good. Is because you choose your story, you get to do what you want to do, mm-hmm. but you have all these people and there's all this stuff to do that you could literally just get lost.
You could literally start the game, start the main quest, do a few, and then start building settlements.
That's pretty much what I've done. And well, I always play to level up to a certain level, and then
the other thing that I'm looking forward to is I'm hoping that they release some more info on backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
I want to hear some more games. What are some things that they can bring us for that? They started bringing in more OG Xbox. So let's see are there any more, because they partnered up with Star Wars with some of their stuff, with the old Battlefronts, and then with KOTOR 1 and 2 on there, and then some other things. So I'm looking forward to that.
Next one.
Bethesda.
This is the one I'm excited about. I want to see what they're going to pull out with Fallout 76.
So last week they announced it?
Yep.
They released a trailer for Fallout 76. I posted about it on our Instagram, which you can go check us out on there at Game Addicts Play. I've been posting almost every day. Not quite, but trying to. I've been trying to really post and get more stuff out there because,
I suck at it.
Yes, absolutely. But
let's be honest, I suck at
it. Bethesda released this, and of course, we had a dude from Kotaku who seemingly had the dirt that said this is like an online game, survival game akin to DayZ and Rust. But then they kind of came out and said, well, no, you can play it completely by yourself. It has a story, just like all Bethesda games. And, this game started off as Fallout 4 multiplayer.
Yes.
So it's going to have that same engine. It's going to be, so it's going to work. It's going to run. It's going to be a Bethesda game, so it's going to be buggy. But this is them. Of course, they've already done ESO, Elder Scrolls Online.
Well, they didn't.
I know.
Yeah.
Parentheses there. But this is them really, to me, this is Bethesda for the first time. Dipping their toe into that online type of deal, besides the MMO, because this isn't being billed as an MMO.
What I think of this game is going to consist of, it's going to be a Fallout game. It is going to be true a Fallout game, but it will be more along the lines of rebuilding, and I think that the main story of this is going to be the development of super mutants and the Brotherhood, because this is the time that the Brotherhood of Steel emerged as a power everywhere. So, well, not really everywhere, but in DC area.
So Bethesda, I forgot to say, takes place at 9:30 Sunday night.
Yes.
Sunday, June 10th, and at 6:30 Pacific. Man, at times like these, you wish you were really, you were really on the West Coast.
But then you got Rage 2.
Rage 2 already got leaked,
yep.
And they played it cool and released the trailer. Original Rage was all right. I got it for really cheap when I collected, but
it looks good, what I've seen.
I mean, the new one, it definitely takes some cues from the Borderlands type.
Yes.
You know, and we know there's a new Borderlands, but we don't know if it's coming, if it's even going to be there. I've heard no.
That they've said no, but we'll probably get like a kind of trailer on it. It's like, hey, it's happening. This is kind of what it is.
Right. But
I mean, there won't be any.
I honestly think there's enough room in that market for your looter shooters if they want to try and remake Rage into like a more of a that kind. It's got the look. It's very stylistic. I'll give it that.
It looks like a fast-paced Fallout.
Yes. Yeah, sure. I don't know about Bethesda if there's anything else.
Well, the big one, Starfield. Oh, yes. Because they have said that it is a thing. It is there. It is real. And it is not multiplayer. And it is not space-oriented. It is... The assumptions are you crash land on a planet and just go.
Well, okay, so like what you're referring to, it was a supposed leak, right? So
Bethesda officially announced that Starfield is not a.
Well, like
let's see if I can find the.
I still haven't seen that. All I saw was the leak, so I'm still taking everything with Starfield with a grain of salt. We don't know so much about it. I'm hoping, the rumor was it was supposed to get revealed last year, and it didn't. So,
from Bethesda Softworks, as many as you know, BG. You want me to read it out loud, or you want to read it?
I want to say it real quick.
Oh, well.
I want to say it. Yeah.
It's an official r/from Bethesda Softworks on Reddit.
And see, that just makes me wonder if that's really from them.
It could be, but they posted other stuff on it. But yeah, this is
because Reddit, 4chan, and that kind of stuff that always makes me feel like because no other new reputable news site has reported on it.
It's very true.
So that makes me think that they think something's weird about that, and so. Let's just wait. Instead of sitting, trying to speculate on that, let's just wait. We literally only have days to wait at this point.
Right.
We have Sunday night. If you guys want to try and go onto our Twitch, on twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay, we are going to try and host these streams. So if you guys are a fan of us and want to do that's good. That's a good chance for you to go. Hey, yeah, we're going to be hosting the E3 panels, and then you can follow us there. So
yes, please do.
Self-promotion. The next day, Monday, at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, Square Enix.
Okay, Square. Don't suck it up.
All right, so Kingdom Hearts 3 is officially, I think we're going to get a release date for Kingdom Hearts 3.
I don't think so.
I think we're getting a release date, and I think it's going to be next year.
I mean, come on. Rapunzel's hair. They're still working on it.
Look.
They're still working on it.
The game, people have played the game. People have, oh my gosh. We have seen those new trailers. It is, they revealed a whole bunch of new information on it. We're getting more, just like with FF15, they're giving us more and more and more, and that means it's coming out sooner and sooner and sooner. I think we're getting the game next year, and I think it's going to be early next year, like March, because that still puts it within this year's fiscal calendar. It gets them another solid 6 to 7 months to finish stuff up. If they've got to delay it, they can delay it.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. If it is slotted for that time, you can guarantee a 2-month delay.
Possibly.
I just, with Square, I just assume delays up to 1 to 3 years minimum with them anymore.
Well, with them being so close to this, I think we're getting close. We are going to get FF7 look. We are going to get a look at it. And this is going to be the first time that we've seen it since they've taken back over the project and started over, which we just learned about in the Destiny video that we watched that both Destiny 1 and 2 halfway through development got completely and restarted and then rushed out the door.
Yeah, that's one of the things why I lean really hard towards Bethesda, because they're just make it. Do it. Do the best you can. It's not, well, you have a time limit. It is, you tell me when you're ready, and we'll put it out there.
I'm sure they do have a timetable, but they don't release to the public. They don't say that, like, okay, so Square's like, we're making Final Fantasy VII Remake. And people are like, yeah! And then it's like, we just started on it 2 months ago.
Right.
But so they announce it really early.
And then we take it away from the people that are making it and scrap everything they've done and start all over again. Yep. So we've just wasted 2 years.
Now, of course, you could also have the Mass Effect Andromeda problem, where you start the game and restart. Start the game and restart. Start the game and restart. Now you have 14 months to make a full game.
Go.
And then we get Mass Effect Andromeda. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. From Square, what else? Rise of the Tomb Raider.
We'll get some Rise. Yeah, we'll see.
No, I'm sorry.
Shadow there.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Rise this
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is coming out. And that is officially slotted for September. It kind of sucks because, like, I'm definitely getting Spider-Man in September.
Yeah.
There's no way that I'm missing out on that. That game looks amazing. So,
yeah.
Tomb Raider is unfortunately going to have to belay a little bit, maybe until holiday.
Maybe a Life is Strange. Life is Strange might show up in there.
Maybe. Yeah.
I say that we'll get a lot of small stuff.
We'll get some small stuff, but I guarantee you they're going to heavily feature Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Because especially since they're saying that game is playable at E3, you can go on the floor and play it.
Yeah.
They're going to be showing you some Kingdom Hearts stuff.
Yeah, they got to show you some stuff.
There's going to be a whole thing about this whole big thing. Ubisoft is going to be after that, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific.
Have you watched the Beyond Good and Evil 2 trailer?
The new one?
Yes.
No, I have not.
You will like it.
Awesome. Of course, that's that's something to look at. The rumor is new Splinter Cell. Of course, Sam was just recently in what was that game? Wildlands, whatever that game was. Was that Ghost Recon?
Siege?
No, not Rainbow Six Siege. Ghost Recon Wildlands.
I don't know. I don't follow that, so I have no idea.
Well, it was the big open world one where it kind of looked like a GTA 5 on crack. Remember that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't follow that. So.
Well, they did a DLC with Sam Fisher in it where you kind of you got to play as him a little bit, and they did this awesome, lovely little homage to Metal Gear.
Yes.
And it makes people think we're going to see Splinter Cell. Anything else from Ubisoft?
Skull and Bones.
There we go.
That's a big one.
There's their big Assassin's Creed Black Flag game. They're making it into a full game. I heard that got delayed, though.
I'm sure it did, but it's one of those games, like, it's nice to know that you're making it, and that's all I played in Black Flag. Don't get me wrong, the Assassin's things were good, but the ship stuff in that was phenomenal.
We're probably going to see something from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which got leaked. I don't think that game comes out this year.
Probably not.
There's a chance they may rush it, but they've kind of not been doing that with Assassin's Creed. They've kind of pulled back a little bit. So I would say, you know what, it got leaked. We'll show something, and maybe
after the backlash of Unity, I don't blame them.
And they did another one after that, and it just didn't sell very well. Was that Syndicate? And I heard Syndicate was actually a pretty good game. That was the one over in England, and it was a brother and sister, and you could swap between the two. Wearing a top hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Syndicate.
What's the one from Egypt?
Origins.
Yeah,
that's the one that came out.
That one just...
No, it didn't just come out. It came out like a year ago.
Yeah. I stopped playing them.
I heard Origins is really good, and it kind of makes it into like an RPG type thing.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So or I've heard this analogy. Picture The Witcher, style of open world and gameplay with Assassin's Creed, which
would be good.
It sounds awesome.
That would be good.
So speaking of The Witcher, I don't know where they're going to be at. Because they're not going to have their own thing, but CD Projekt Red's going to be here.
Yes,
showing their new game, Cyberpunk.
It's gonna be interesting.
My bet is, I bet they're going to be on Microsoft's.
Yeah, probably.
I bet that's where they kind of like buddy up with and just go on theirs. Sony.
Wait. Well, you don't care about the PC gaming show.
Nobody does.
Hey.
Nobody cares about the PC gaming show for E3.
Fine.
Trust
Call
me.
of Duty.
Trust me. Trust me. All the PC gaming show thing is it's like a desk, and the dude sits there, and people come up, and it's generally uninteresting. But Sony.
So my site goes black screen.
Get out of here.
It is right now.
Oh my god.
It's black screening.
Oh my god. We need to recondition your bladder.
I'm very surprised at work. Completely switching shifts, coming right back online. I haven't been crazy about it because I figured I would be really bad.
This chair is really comfy.
It looks really comfy. You look all laid back, and you're just like, yeah, dude.
I don't hurt.
Ooh.
Go pee. Get out of here.
Maybe some other stuff, but all right. Black screen.
Black screen. You could have. So for Sony's, we actually have a couple of leaks that, one was obviously probably confirmed fake. The other one probably is as well. But what we're going to do when he gets back from his tinkle is we're going to go through these leaks, and we're going to figure out, we're going to try our best to try and go, well, what's going to happen? Do you think this is going to happen? Because we know a few things that are already going to happen. We already know Ghost of Tsushima is going to be there. We know that Spider-Man is going to be there. We know that The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be there. And then we know there was like one more. Death Stranding is going to be there. Death Stranding. I got it before you yelled it. Which is probably going to win the award for, third, fourth year in a row where we still don't know what the fuck that game is. I seriously... I want a nice, big, fatty roll of whatever Kojima has been smoking for the last 2 years.
Can I have some?
Dude, I want it because whatever he's on, it is some good shit.
No shit. You've watched all the videos, right?
I have watched every single video, and we don't know what this game is.
So my speculation is that his thought process is that there's the Big Bang that started the universe, and then there's another Big Bang that wipes the universe out. It's kind of what I'm getting the vibe of this.
What does this have to do with Norman Reedus naked holding a baby?
I don't know, but in the last trailer, it showed him, the guy getting killed by whatever the shadow invisible but not invisible thing is.
The Predator.
Yeah, whatever it is. And then he grabs the baby and he puts it on his body, and then he blacks out, and then the baby's inside of him. I was like,
he's Junior. He's got the baby in his belly.
I don't know what he's doing, but I'm intrigued. I want to know. But you are one messed up individual.
Oh. All right, so the first leak, I shared this on our Instagram. It starts off with the PlayStation Games Mass Up trailer. Okay. Days Gone launch trailer. Potentially.
Yeah, I can see that.
That just got a cover for Game Informer, I think.
Right.
Last of Us Part 2 gameplay off the bat. Now, do I think we're going to see gameplay?
No.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
I think we'll see some in-game cinematics, but not gameplay.
I think it's going to be harken back to what we saw when the first year we saw Last of Us gameplay. Because
it could be.
I don't know if you were paying attention then, because you were still over on Xbox when that first gameplay came out, because that came out a whole year before the game came out.
Yeah.
And it was basically a whole sequence of them getting into the hotel.
Oh.
And then, it's awesome. Like, one of these days you'll have to just look that E3 up, because it was like, whoa. I think we're going to get something like that. And then I think we're going to get a release window. Not a date. I think we get a window. I think they're going to put up spring 2019. And then I think at PSX
we'll get it official.
Either that or when they're ready.
Right.
It's kind of like God of War. How we didn't get a release date for God of War at PSX. We got it when they were ready.
Right.
You know.
Which, like I said, I'm fine with.
Yes. No, take
Do
your
it
time.
right.
Take
Do it
your
right.
time.
Especially The Last of Us.
Splinter Cell. Maybe. If they're going to do Splinter Cell, they're probably going to do it during Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5. Convenient because they just renewed or they just registered Devil May Cry 5, which is interesting because it's a sequel to the old series, not the reboot.
Yeah.
Quite possibly. I would say Devil May Cry 5 probably has a 25% chance of happening.
Right.
Yakuza 2 Kiwami, I have no idea. I know
that game.
Yeah. I'm not a big Yakuza guy, so I don't know what.
Yeah, me neither.
What games are what? Shenmue 3 gameplay. I think there is a 75% chance.
I think that's going to happen.
I think we're seeing Shenmue 3 gameplay. It got delayed till next year, but I definitely think they're going to show us what they've got.
Yeah,
because this was a big Kickstarter or whatever it was. And
it was Kickstarter before he left the freaking stage,
yeah,
almost.
Now here. On this leak thing, this is too good to be true. I want it, and I want to will this thing into existence for me, because it makes my life easier. It'll make your life easier. PS2, play PS2 and PS3 games on PS4. It's not happening. I think this is a 5% chance of happening, because the reason why it's that low is because they don't give a shit. They've already sold 80 million units without having that whatsoever. Xbox needs the gimmick because they need people to come over. I understand with Xbox, they're just throwing everything in. They're throwing shit on the wall and hoping something sticks at this point, trying to get people to buy their console until they can release something new that really trumps everything else that anybody's ever thought of. Until then, just keep throwing it.
Well, the thing is that everything they're doing is great.
Yes, sure.
It is great.
They just don't have any really interesting, unique, awesome.
There's no reason to go.
I mean.
At this point, it's too late in the game. Like, if they come out with the Xbox One S compatible with everything Xbox, then it would be, whoa, all right. I don't have to get rid of anything, but we're late in the game here, fellas. We're late in the game.
Well, and we're also late in the game with the PS4 as well, and that's why another reason why I think it's not going to happen is that,
unless they've had one dude in the basement
working on this thing for the last 5 years.
Can you do this in your spare time?
Because if they could do it like the Xbox,
right,
where you could put the game in there, and the store is like, oh, that's Kingdom Hearts 2 on the PS2. Sure, just download that.
Yeah.
But obviously, at that point, you're limited to whatever the publishers want to put on there.
Right.
So if they don't want to put something on there, then they're not going to put it on there. But so you're not having 100% compatibility. But notice there's a console in there they didn't put on there. PS1. And there's a reason for that. There's not a CD drive in that damn thing.
Yeah.
There is not a CD laser in the PS4. You put that in there, it's going to go. It's not going to know what to do. It's just going to stare at you. There's another rumor that's not on there that they're doing a PS1 Classic
console.
Yes,
I believe it.
Now, and that is because of how the success. Because you know how Sony does it. When Nintendo has success, they go, "What are they doing?
We can do it better."
Hey, you do that, but do it better.
Yep.
So,
and they normally do, unfortunately.
So if they do a PS1 Classic, right? How cool would it be if it was able to play PS1 physical copy games? Like if you bought it, you got 20 games installed on it, good to go. But it's like you're able, especially if this thing is true,
right?
So you can play PS2.
What if they did? I mean, because if you're going off PS1, why not just make it PS2? because PS2 could play all PS1 games.
You're right, but it's nostalgia.
True.
That's gonna, and then
Well, you could still make it like the PlayStation 1, the original gray.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do the original giant gray brick, maybe the
it would be a
slim model.
I wouldn't do the slim model, but it would be smaller.
Well, I know it's going to be smaller.
It would be smaller in style, but then, okay, so the SNES Classic is $20. No, I'm sorry.
I was say, what?
$80.
Yeah.
Go $20 more. Make it $100. It's a lot of money. I get that. But if for $100 you get 20 PS1 Classic games and physical copy support for you to go to your local used game place or for your collection.
Yeah.
You pop it on. It's got internal save stuff. You don't have to put cards in.
Well, nowadays they could build that super cheap.
Yep. And they could make bank on it.
I think that what they should do is make it like a PS1 but have it be able to run the PS2 games. Those will sell.
Death Stranding trailer. It's going to happen.
That's going to happen.
Kojima plays Death Stranding. We'll hope. Resident Evil 2 remake gameplay.
I don't know about gameplay.
I think we're going to get a trailer.
I think we're going to get a good trailer.
I think we're going to get a trailer with possible gameplay laced within.
Yes.
Because we've already been hearing rumors about what it is and how it's going to play.
Heavily edited footage.
I have heard that it's going to be over the shoulder, kind of like Resident Evil 4.
Which I'm okay with.
I'm okay with that 100%. The only thing that ruined that was the environment.
And the
story.
Yeah.
And if they're able to make it to where it's smooth and not like Resident Evil 6 where your aim is like slow as molasses, it'd be fine. If it looks from that perspective, if it looks and feels like Resident Evil 2, you've done your job.
You could even
congratulations.
You could almost take Resident Evil 2, put it over the shoulder like they're wanting to, and beef up the graphics off, obviously. But to improve your experience, you could make it to where you could do modifications to the Beretta, where you have an ergonomic grip that increases your aiming speed ridiculously. Whatever, something. I don't want them to just take the game and say, here it is, over the shoulder.
Well, they're actually adding more areas, apparently, to make it bigger. And
that's good. I want to see them redo it, but add to.
Vanquish 2. I don't think it's happening.
I don't think that's happening.
I like Vanquish, but I don't think it's happening. Spyro Reignited launch trailer gameplay. Probably, yes.
Probably, yeah.
Because that game comes out in September. Kingdom Hearts 3 launch trailer. I could see them doing a Kingdom Hearts little section, even if they're doing it at Square. They're going to touch on it and say blah 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 exclusive thing. Now here's something. Okay, Beyond Good and Evil 2 gameplay. We just
that's probably going to happen with.
And then Snake Eater Metal Gear Solid remake trailer.
I don't think so.
I see this as a 10% thing of happening because I want it to happen.
It's just like you want to sit there and will it.
Well, it's the same thing with the old stuff being playable, because for me, Snake Eater is up there. It's like number 4 on my top 5. That story is one of the best stories you'll ever freaking play, and it takes that Metal Gear like Kojima type story that's kind of out there and blows your mind, and puts it in a 1960s spy type story to where it takes you on twists and turns along the way. And then at the very end of the game, it goes, oh, yeah, you thought you knew what was going on? Now deal with this. And it's like,
right.
Whoa, okay. Now, Konami, I've said what I can say about Konami. If they're wanting to make money off the Metal Gear franchise, you got to do one of 3 things. Do this.
Yeah.
Which is easy for you to do because you already have a Fox engine. Just use the MGS5 gameplay Fox engine. Put this in there. And you already have cutscenes done in the Fox engine because, as I posted on our Instagram, I posted a picture of it. They did a lot of cutscenes in the Fox engine and modern style graphics for their Pachinko machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you need to see my face to just like understand my frustration. So do that. Okay, bring in all the original cast and do that. Number 2, full-blown remake of MGS1. It's classic. It's retro. It'll sell. Bring in just copy paste what I just said, MGS1. Next thing, to move it forward, remake the original Metal Gear from the MSX. Where MGS5 leaves you. It's like MGS5 is like and this Tarantino style that he told his story.
Yeah.
That is the end of the circle. It brings you back to the start. And so the next game you play is on the MSX. Remake that game. Completely remake it. Solid Snake infiltrating Outer Heaven. The original game. Old 2D style to make that brand new, make that Fox engine. It'll be a whole new game. Bring in David Hayter to play young Solid Snake. Bring in Kiefer Sutherland to play Big Boss. You've got your game. Kojima's not involved. Framework's there for your story.
I don't think they're going to do that.
No, they won't. This is, as I said, what I think they should do.
I don't even think we'll hear an announcement from them.
Nope. The last thing on this. Okay, no, Spider-Man, new Spider-Man gameplay and trailer. Yeah, we're gonna get that. FF7 remake launch trailer, because this is actually a relaunch trailer.
A re.
Okay, so this next one, I also posted. We're just gonna run through it real quick. Ghost of Tsushima. We're gonna see it.
Yeah.
Medieval. Okay, sure.
That would be cool.
Yes. PlayStation Party. Don't know. I have no idea what that is. Reignited Trilogy, we said that. Spider-Man, Shenmue 3, yeah. RE2 remake, yeah. Devil May Cry 5, FF7 remake, Kingdom Hearts 3, BioShock Resurgence, a new BioShock game. I don't know if they've been making a new BioShock game because it kind of sounds like that whole team got like disbanded.
I thought they got disbanded and dispersed amongst
and they're kind of like
properties.
They're just doing other stuff. I don't know. We will see. They did the whole collection.
Yeah, I don't know.
They could have done that for a reason. Bloodborne 2.
We will definitely see something from that. I have a feeling.
Whether or not it's being made by From Software, I don't know. They may have just passed on that. From Software may have been like, you have our blessing. Go do it.
Yeah.
That may have been what has happened. They'll take the framework of what they've already did and say, let's add to it. And I hope if that's it, then I hope
I enjoyed that game.
Last of Us Part 2, yeah, sure. PUBG.
I think we'll probably hear a quick bit on that.
Well, especially if it's coming to PS4.
Right.
And then the last one on this list, SOCOM Coalition teaser.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. I'm okay with that, I guess. Yeah, what I'm looking forward to the most on Sony, Last of Us. Last of Us.
I'm excited to see some Spider-Man.
I am too.
Some more Spider-Man.
I am with them saying first game they announced for E3, Last of Us. I'm like, we're seeing gameplay. Then they announced that way back, like way before your hiatus, I think. The last one, Nintendo Tuesday morning. Well, I guess noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And won't you know, we got a leak for that too.
Oh, Smash.
Well, yeah, we're getting Smash. No doubt.
They're gonna show some play of Smash.
I heard a rumor about who's gonna be playable in Smash. Yeah, they always have some guests.
They always have some guests. Yes, I think that they'll have Dodova King.
I think the rumor I heard, Crash Bandicoot.
Which would be
because
a nice little thing of, hey, guess what's coming to Switch?
And it's coming out this summer.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I can see that.
So, On the list for the possible leaks, Smash Brothers for Switch. Punch-Out! Become the champion. It makes sense with the whole ARMS fighting game.
You're right.
Metroid Prime Renegade.
Yes. 4.
Want to see that?
I want to see it now.
Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. All right. Fire Emblem Memories. A new Fire Emblem game. Makes sense.
Yes.
Fallout 3 Anniversary. Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah,
and it would also make sense for them not to really touch on that during the Bethesda thing and save it for Nintendo, especially if it's just a remaster. And if it's going to come to the other systems, highlight the fact that it's coming to the Switch.
Right.
Because for a lot of Nintendo players, it'll be the first time that you ever played it. And while it is coming to the other systems in 4K on the Switch, you can take it on the go just like you could for Skyrim. And, you know, from everything I've heard, Bethesda's really happy with how the ports of their games have been going on the Switch and how they're
right.
selling. So people are like, it's not going to happen, but it's been in a rumor mill for a while, so we'll see. Yoshi's Flipping Island is what the game is apparently called. We know it's coming because it's been in the pipeline for a while, but we don't know if that's the title. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. We've been hearing stuff about it. We just heard some more stuff about it last night. About it, you know, where you need online connection to play battles and trade Pokemon. So
because they are getting ready to unleash the Nintendo Online.
That is coming in September, yes.
So that would make sense to throw some of that stuff in there.
Now, also, this Pokemon Let's Go is not an official Pokemon entry. This is like a mix of Pokemon regular and Pokemon Go.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting because it's going to have aspects of both. You're going to be able to battle traditionally, just like in regular Pokemon, but you catching Pokemon, you're going to be able to link it with your Pokemon Go account. This is new. It's risky, but it's also going to tide people over because they've already announced, okay, guys, if this doesn't interest you, just so you know, fall 2019, official next-gen Pokemon game coming up.
Right.
So that's happening. F-Zero SX. Please, a new F-Zero game. Yes, I want a new F-Zero game. F-Zero is awesome.
I'm wondering if we will also see some Fortnite.
Well, that's the next on the list. Fortnite.
I know,
Fortnite
that's why I said it.
Switch.
That's why I said it.
Fortnite coming to the Switch is a big deal. It makes sense. That game is on fire right now. They're getting sued by PUBG right now. Did you know about that? PUBG is like, you copied us. Essentially, they're trying to say that they own the battle royale.
No.
And well, they're going to be in hurting for certain because Call of Duty is going to have battle royale. Battlefield's having battle royale.
Everybody's going to have battle royale.
Fallout's having battle royale.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto is going to have a battle royale. FF7 is going to have a battle royale.
That would be badass.
Skyrim's going to have.
Could you imagine?
Bethesda Skyrim Battle Royale Edition.
Could you imagine everybody casting Meteor? It would never stop. Or Comet.
Oh, man. The last one on the list is Star Fox Lilat System. I'm hoping for a new good Star Fox game.
There's some other ones here that I'm seeing. We might see some of the Monster Hunter Generations Unlimited.
Yes.
I think we're going to see some of that. There's another one on here. I don't know anything about Killer Queen Black.
I've heard the name only.
And then Starlink Battle for Atlas. It's coming to the Switch, so...
The Switch?
The Switch, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Nintendo Switch.
And then there's another rumor of Paladins.
Trying to actually...
Let's see here.
Get this up.
That's about all I see for the other ones.
I'm looking forward to the most for Nintendo. Metroid.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that the most, to be honest with you. I know that's not what, like...
Oh, and we might also see something that we didn't mention, a Nintendo Classic Mini in 64.
Yeah.
We could.
We'll see. Definitely, we will definitely see it. I hope so, but I definitely am kind of wondering what kind of.
I got some other stuff to lay on here. So since they are launching a online Nintendo Online, there is speculation of what they could put on there, like Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
The Mario parties would be great. Anything. I see some other ones here that I'm not. Super Mario Maker would just be.
I've heard the rumors of Super Mario Maker Deluxe.
Yes.
But again, it's like, rumor mill. We don't know for certain.
Exactly.
I can almost guarantee you at some point, we are getting Mario Maker.
And then there's always those ones that you want, a remake, or a new, from old first parties back in the day, like Advance Wars. I'd love to see a new one.
Yeah.
That would be cool. And a new Pikmin.
Yeah, we got a Pikmin on the Wii U.
Right.
So I can see that coming down the line for sure. So we're going to transition out of E3. We're going to be covering the rest of E3 next week.
Yes.
Figure out what happened and see what actually happened. What we're going to move on to really quick is upcoming game releases. And I'm looking at of course, Shaq Fu. We just found this out yesterday. It's out.
It's out. Yeah, he was trying to sell it to us hard.
The Devil's Playground. He was really coming up. Man, that guy was coming up strong. Shaq Fu is out. What else is out now? June 22nd, Mario Tennis Aces. So we're probably going to get a Mario Tennis thing.
Oh, yeah.
Thing. Also coming out on June 26th, Ease 8 for the Nintendo Switch. Lacrimosa of Dana.
That'd be a good place to get it.
That's where I want it.
I mean, that'd be a really good place to get it because it's mobile and you can set it. I love that gimmick. I mean, I say gimmick because it is a gimmick, but it is cool. Granted, I don't play my Switches much because I started Fallout, and anybody that knows anything about Fallout, once you're in it, you're in it for a while.
Yeah. June 29th, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy coming to Windows, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Also on that day, The Crew 2 for Windows, PS4, and Xbox One. And Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus for Nintendo Switch.
I'm really happy that Nintendo's picking up these third-party I mean, they're this console. Granted, Nintendo didn't need saving, but this console has changed a lot.
July, we don't have a lot.
No.
But we do have a few. We have Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Nintendo Switch and 3DS. And also on that same day, Octopath Traveler.
Yes. Yes.
Nintendo Switch.
I can't remember if I have that.
Pre-ordered
or not.
You better get that figured out. You're working this Saturday.
I know.
Sonic Mania Plus, which is coming out with Sonic Mania with more levels. So, like, if you just buy... I think if you already have Mania, you can buy the new levels. Like a DLC pack.
I think I tried to get Octo, but I wanted the Ultimate Collectors.
You wanted that, but like that.
I think I got it.
You wanted that pop-out book type thing?
Yeah, but...
So Sonic Mania Plus coming out for Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One. Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2.
Right.
Coming out for Windows, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Just note that you can get these in a double pack for $40. And on the PS4 and Xbox One, they are 2 discs. On the Nintendo Switch, it is one game is on the card, the other game is download.
Right.
Just so you know, for all you collectors out there. And then, interesting of note, on July 24th, same day as Mega Man X, No Man's Sky is coming to Xbox One finally.
I hear that is actually what they envisioned it to be.
Doing the multiplayer finally, yeah. And you know what? Somebody, I saw one of my friends online like kind of scoff at it a little bit and go, wow, that's the game we wanted a year and a half ago. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, but at least they did it. And unlike EA, who when they have a problem with something like Mass Effect Andromeda, when it's not the game that was promised, and it didn't sell, they wash their hands of it, put it on ice, kill it, move away, move on to the next thing. These guys stayed with this, stayed through the hate, stayed through getting told your game is shit, and they said we're gonna keep going until we get this game the way we want it. And hats off to you guys. If it is the way that people are saying, it might be worth picking up now.
I think I'm going to order this right here, right now.
Well, there we go.
$47.99.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Thank you, Amazon Prime.
I love it. I love Amazon. What would you buy anywhere else?
I know.
I hate to say that, but for new games.
That reminds me. Thank you so much. Best Buy has Gamers Club Unlocked, which is like the same thing, but it's cheaper, right?
Right.
Guess what? They took it out back and they killed it.
Yeah.
Gamers Club Unlocked is officially done. They are no longer taking new subscriptions for it. If you have it, it's good until it's done. Gamers Club Unlocked was awesome because it could stack with their other deals. If it was on clearance, you still got the Gamers Club Unlocked for it being new. And also, the Amazon Prime thing your discount only works when it's pre-order or really new. In fact, I think when the day after it's out, your discount's done. On Gamers Club Unlocked, any new game with brand new game was discounted no matter how long it was new. And then if it was clearanced, and then if it was buy one get one free, it stacked all of those. And so it was a really cool thing, and now it's dead, gone, done. Best Buy, dude. Best Buy's the next to go.
So my actual sales price of this game, $29.64.
Did you get the full blown? Or did you just get the base game, or did you get the
collectors? It's just the base game. The one is sold out, and it's really only just the art book and the currency coin. That's not a big deal to me. Now, if it was Fallout, like when Fallout 76's Ultimate Collector's Edition is announced, I'm getting it.
It is so funny that you were so into Fallout. And I tried to get you into that game when it came out, but this is awesome, and you're like. I remember you snubbed your nose. You gave me that same snub yesterday when I was telling you about God of War. I said, it's a good game. It's a really good game. It's not God of War. It's God of War, but it's not God of War. I'm like, it's a really freaking good game, and it's worth all the praise that it's got. There are two more things that are going to be at E3. Polymega, which is that one flashback system or a retro console that has the modules. We've talked about that here on the podcast before,
which we're both really excited because you did show me what they include in each module package.
They give you the module, and they give you a brand new style controller for each one. They give it's not exact. They couldn't do the NES one exact. They couldn't do the Genesis one exact.
But it looks pretty close.
They give you
the only one that I'm really about is the original Nintendo controller. It's very odd, but I'm not going to complain because they cannot take that rectangular shape. So they have to alter the shape of it.
Same with the button layout. It has to be a little off. But the NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, and TurboGrafx style controllers were shown off.
Looks fantastic.
I'm excited for that thing, and I want it to do well. I really want it to do well.
For us, that's awesome.
Well, because that just means because it's going to be compatible with CD games, and not just PS1, Sega CD. And I don't know if Saturn games are in there, but no, Turbo CD games.
Turbo CDs are, yeah.
So, if you're ever out and about and because we see Sega CD games around here every once in a while. We found that Lunar game that was in disc replay for months. We don't have a Sega CD or have access to any reliable one. If we had that system, we could have played it.
Yep.
And it would have been yes, I'm buying that because it's Lunar, and that Lunar's awesome.
My thing is that I don't mind to spend a little extra money.
Yeah.
I do not give me a system that is going to break within 3 months of owning it.
Right. And that's the thing here is that
I don't want that flimsy plastic or when I try to pull my cartridge out, I rip the top of it off.
So I'm going to show you something probably off air.
Okay.
Because we're kind of getting on to about an hour and 15 almost. It's called the Super NT, and I'm going to show it to you. You guys, if you've heard of it, I'm pretty sure all you guys have. Maybe, maybe not. Go look it up. It's interesting. But Polymega is going to be at E3. Limited run games. I'm so happy these guys are going to be E3. These guys, these are the guys I bought Night Trap from.
Yeah.
Where they released that new, where like it was all digital. They take the games that are just getting digital releases and say, hey, we'll try and get you a limited run of physical copies. That way we can get them out to the collectors. And now they have the ability to make Switch games. So
hats off to them.
They're I don't know if their first one is already out, but they are bringing Saturday Morning RPG to the Switch. I want it, but I can't spend the money right now because I'm saving for the stream. So for $30, you can go pick up a Saturday Morning RPG. So that adds to Windows, PS4, PS Vita, and the Switch that they can make games for.
This is awesome.
And it's
good
great. For them. And it's great. So now, I guess that's the end of the show. We've reached the end. I got no more. I got no more. Where can you see us stream? Well, I kind of already detailed that.
Yes, you did.
Here soon, you're going to be able to see me every Monday and Friday stream games. And when we're hopefully within the next month or two, we'll be on Wednesdays doing the actual podcast show. So please go over to twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay. I'm going to try and get like an image up with a schedule and really do some doctoring to let people know when you're going to be able to find me.
Right. Mine will be hit or miss because I'm going to be slaving, but at least I'm on a day shift.
You are on day shift, and
Wednesdays will always be open.
Let me know when you stream.
Yeah, I'll send
every time. Say, hey, I'm going to start streaming, and because then I will send out a tweet to let people know. Just go give us a follow because while I will be streaming on the Game Addicts Play channel, Mike will be streaming on Game Addicts Mike, but Game Addicts Play will be hosting it as well. So
and hopefully Game Addicts Mike will be doing Game Addicts Play because we were having issues with that the other night.
Yeah, but that's where you're going to be able to see us stream and play some games. I don't know what I'm going to be playing. I do have something to announce soon, but I definitely want to make sure that I get everything that I want to get down before I do it. Probably going to be in a month. I'll be doing something pretty big. So,
yes.
So in the next episode or two of the podcast, you'll hear about that for sure and get actual dates and actual times for when I'm going to be doing that big thing over our shutdown because I won't have much to do and I'll be able to stream. So, thank you guys for checking out this episode, our comeback. Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah.
Episode 80 of the Game Addicts podcast. Be sure to check us out on all your podcast favorites, your Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify. We're on Podbean, our gracious hosts. You can check us out pretty much anywhere where podcasts are available. We're on YouTube. The podcast goes there. We're on Twitch, twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay. And we're on social medias, Game Addicts Play on Facebook, Twitters, Instagrams. Please go check those out. I've been posting more and more and more. Interact with us, comment, send us some love. There was a random dude on Facebook. This is like a month ago. It's been a while since I've podcasted, so please spare me if I don't remember your name. But he gave us some love. Said he's been listening for a while on Spotify. We're really underrated. And if you're listening, dude, I'm sorry I don't have you right in front of me and I'm not really going to dig it out and find it because it's going to take a while. Thank you so much.
Right.
It really means a lot to hear that from anybody who likes our stuff. So really appreciate that. Thank you guys for checking out this episode. Episode 80 will be at you next week. Episode 81 with E3 2018 Showcase Review. We're going to have a lot to break down, a lot of stuff to watch. And thankfully it's all spread out over like 4 days now.
And it's going to be a long podcast.
It will be a long
every
podcast.
Every E3 other than, I believe the last one was pretty short.
It wasn't that bad. That we did have a couple long ones. I did one
3 hours.
Yeah, so hopefully it's not that long. We will try and keep her under an hour and a half, I think. Maybe.
It depends on what gets released.
Exactly.
Because if there's some big stuff, like if we see a lot of 7 and a bunch of games that we didn't expect but are there, it might be a long one.
Well, we'll see you guys then, guys. Thank you guys for listening. Game on, guys. And we will see you then later.